What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Kicks and Culture. We're back this week with me and Putera.
Yo. Good to be back. Good to see you again. Keeping it fresh as always.
Nah, bro, don't do that.
How you doing?
So last week he had no energy, right? And this week you look like you have a little bit more energy.
I've gotten critical feedback on to be a bit more livelier. I apologize. I live and learn.
You have to be a bit looser.
Yep.
Leah messaged me. It's like, get loose, get him loose. To kick things off,
Yes.
let's start with a on feet. So you can go first because I saw what you walked in with today, and I know there's a good story behind this.
So we're giving you guys a special pair. I've not seen this in Malaysia personally, but these are the Nightwing ones with the We Are Underdogs collab. So this shoe was designed by one of the most famous YouTubers for basketball and lifestyle sneakers, Nightwing 2303.
Shout out, Chris.
I know. Great job, bro. Great job. I think almost 20 years of recording he's done. So he's done this amazing collab with this brand, We Are Underdogs from Portugal. And he released so this shoe was delayed for a year because of COVID.
I remember.
Yeah. So he released the shoe actually during just before COVID in 2020. So he did the pre-orders and the colors. So obviously I picked the Kobe colorways.
Of course, and Wear Testers logo.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, it's also coincident that year Kobe passed away also. Yeah. So when he released it in 2020 for the pre-orders, I think the price was about $200 and, shipping about another $40. So about $240 altogether. So when he released it in 2020, COVID hit and the production was delayed for over a year.
For sure.
Yeah. So I literally forgot about the pair and had no idea what came in the box one day and realized, oh crap, actually,
Oh, you had already ordered it before.
Yeah, so I couldn't cancel because production was already in place.
Yeah.
They had to build the last and all the things. But overall, when I got the shoe in 2021, so a year plus later, it was a bit of a surprise to me. But when I got it, the quality, the suedes, the leathers they used, the materials is definitely top notch lah. For me personally.
Was this a basketball shoe or a casual shoe?
So he described it as a lifestyle basketball shoe. You could probably hoop in it based on
the traction. The traction looks okay.
Is, same as the Jordan
but
1.
The cushion.
The cushion, no. I mean, it's definitely a lifestyle to me.
The ones who don't know, Wear Testers is one of the OG basketball sneaker reviewers. He all started on YouTube under, I think it was, what was the original name? He had a name before.
It wasn't We Are Testers.
It was he changed it to, I think it was still, maybe it was Nightwing 2303.
Yeah.
And then he changed it to Wear Testers, and then he branded everything as Wear Testers. Because I remember when I was getting into basketball shoes, right, and I used to watch Wear Testers all the time. It was like my go-to. Man. He's still the go-to, but now obviously he's a bit older, and he's got a team of people doing the basketball
reviewing and stuff.
But his word is still the GOAT for reviews.
His production value, his showmanship is still one of the top notch lah. Definitely top 10 reviewer.
I think he was definitely the pioneer, the first guy to really, really do sneaker reviews, basketball sneaker reviews. Oh, I think it was I had it Kicks. I can't remember it now. I'll figure it out. But the original name, right? But that's sick. That's sick. Nice to see that you got the shoe because I actually haven't seen this in hand before.
Yeah,
like the materials look really good, huh?
Yeah, that's why for the price that you pay versus this was about $200 back then. So you versus like a Nike shoe at $200, you'll never get the same material lah.
That's why it looks good.
Yeah.
So my on feet today is this pair right here. I'm telling you right now, this dunk is just, it's amazing. Like the quality, like right off the bat, if you just look at the materials, you can tell this suede is nice and buttery. It is like what do you call it? Velvet?
Satin, right?
It's a satin velvet material. So the one you use on the satin breads and all that stuff. It's a subtle pink swoosh. This is the SB Dunk City of Love pack. So it came in two colorways, right? You had your red one and this sort of pinkish white off-white sail colorway. And in my opinion, this is definitely the better colorway because it does come with red laces. I haven't put them in yet, but because it is City of Love and I think it released coinciding with Valentine's Day, and they came with red laces as well. But what I like about this as well is that it's still available now on retail. You can still get this pair now off sneakers on Nike. So for those of you who want to cop a pair, definitely go get a pair because if this released 3-4 years ago, it'd be reselling for insane, right? I would think, right?
So You're talking about like going back the SB Dunk craze in 2021.
Yeah.
There was no SB Dunk available right now.
Exactly. But this pair and a few other dunks, it even went on sale. And which is what I think what we talked about in our last podcast as well, in that the sneaker scene is changing. In fact, that GRs, or rather sneakers that you want, are still sitting. And such a refreshing feeling to go in and buy them, right?
Yep.
I even saw there was a navy blue with a gum sole SB Dunk. It was on sale. It was for Nike's the Members Day sale. It was on 20% discount plus another 30%. I think the total price was only about like 280 ringgit, which is a steal. I mean, and a full size run.
Personally speaking, for those who actually use the SB Dunk to skate and lifestyle, it's readily available.
Yeah,
it's an amazing feeling to just go into a store, pick it up, and have no fuss.
It's great. It's great. I don't personally don't skate lah, but I would like to try. I like to think I can skate.
I'd like to try one day.
Yeah, so that's on feet today. SB Dunk and the Nightwing.
Yeah. We are Underdogs collab.
Let us know which one you prefer. Mine, obviously. A couple weeks ago, it was Air Max Day. And obviously, with the tradition of Air Max Day, they release either a brand new model, a reworked model, or something, an innovative model.
Yep.
This year, they released the Air Max DN. What do you think about that?
Honestly speaking, when they released it, so when I saw initial photos and videos and all the marketing part of it, I was intrigued. Because I could understand the design language, because I don't know if you saw the previous year's new MX model. So it's kind of a similar design language in that sense. But when I saw the actual product, because it's still sitting in Nike stores in Malaysia.
The MX DN?
Yep, MX DN. Still sitting. I went there, had a look at it, and I only have one word to say. Trash.
I knew you were gonna say that. Dude, so for me, I saw the release ads, right? And I thought, yes, you're right. It is a decent, good-looking shoe.
Yeah.
I thought, okay, something different. It kind of reminds me of an innovated, upgraded version of the Air Max 270.
Yes.
So if you know that pair with the big bubble at the back, and I think that was really trending at a certain point. Like all the women were wearing it.
A lot of women were wearing it because the colors were very women friendly. And the thing is, you could use them in the gym. At one point, I remember like going to an Anytime Fitness in 2020, 2019. All the ladies there were using that shoe to work out.
Air Max 270s to gym.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. No. So coming back to this, so because it reminded me of the Air Max 270, I obviously with the air bubble at the back. And then when I really looked into the press release and the info they gave about, it's called DN because it's called dynamic air. So something about the PSI between the edge, which I just think it's nice storytelling. But when I went in, like I said, on release day, they had I think 4 different colors. Right, triple black, triple white, like a platinum,
and they had like the black and the pink one.
Yeah, the black. Yeah, that one actually sold out.
Yeah, because they say it's limited, but it's still available online.
Exactly. So I went in to check it out, right? And a lot of my friends are saying that it's a cozy fit, it's comfy, it might be the most comfy Air Max in a while, right? And I was like, is it really that comfy to say that? Because in my experience, I'm sure you know as well, that all the past Air Maxes in general are not as comfy. They might be cozy, but not comfy to a point where, because when I think of Air, I think bounce. I think it's gonna be like nice and cushiony. But if you look at all the Air Max models, I think I saw a blog the other day in terms of people ranking the most uncomfortable Air Maxes. We'll get into that in a bit. But back to this Nike Air DN. So I tried it on, and honestly, it felt dead. I'm sorry.
Go on.
It felt really dead to a point where the forefoot was okay. I think it's a Cushlon or
they never mention what forefoot cushion foam they use as always.
It's Cushlon. Right?
Yeah.
But in terms of this dynamic air in the heel, I didn't feel it, but maybe you need to break it in. On the initial try, maybe.
Yeah.
But from the initial step in, try on, I didn't feel it. Sure, it looks nice, but am I really gonna wear this often? No.
So one thing was, so they used the word DN Air, right? And this is something I did a bit of research on. So actually, it's also the initial designs was following the Air Max Tuned Air.
Right.
If you look at it, so the Air Max Tuned Air, the back air cushion actually follows the similar dynamic air PSI changes. Yeah.
Right.
So it changes when you move right, left. So the air goes from one side to another. That was the design language. But honestly, when I looked at the heel of the shoe, did you look at the traction at the back?
I didn't.
So if you can have a look at it, if you look at the traction at the back, you know what it looks like?
No.
So if you look
It looks like a tire.
It looks like a tank tire.
Okay.
So when I saw it and I really looked, I said, yeah, this is like a tank tire, you know? You're just using it. There was just no appeal to me about it at all, that shoe.
Yeah. So maybe it'll warm up to me, but as for now, like this,
again,
Air Max.
So Air Max Day is very insidious with having new technology by Nike. And if you remember, I think one of the best Nike Air technology that was released recently, in my opinion, was the Vapor Flyknits, Air Max Vapor Flyknits.
The Vapor Max.
Yeah, the Vapor Max.
Dude, those were so uncomfortable.
It's so uncomfortable, but the technology to use it was amazing.
I guess. No, have you tried a pair of Vapor Maxes?
Yeah, I bought the first pair and uncomfortable as hell, but I appreciate the technology that went into it to be actually literally walking on air.
It was more for style and fashion, I think.
It's more aesthetic pleasing, but again, I think the technology used then was way better than what you were getting in 2024 now.
Yeah, but even now, I feel like a lot of the Air Max cushioning, again, don't cancel me on this, but should be upgraded. Because if we don't feel anything, you put a big ass air bubble there, but you don't feel it, or there's no sort of impact protection to me. No, nothing. I don't feel any bounce back. It's just a bubble. So I personally don't feel it. If you guys have, please let me know, because as far as all the Air Maxes that I've worn, Air Max 1, okay, maybe not Air Max 1. The Air Max 97, Air Max 98, Air Max 95.
Did.
All three, right? So, and now you bring in the Air Max DN, and it's the same.
Yep.
So, I know. I just feel like
it's been a disappointing 2-year release by Nike in terms of their new Air Max technology.
What was released last year?
That's why you don't even remember.
I don't remember.
It was so bad that I just forgot about it. I just remember the only thing that released last year during Air Max Day was the OG bubble.
The 86 bubble.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the only thing that intrigued me. The rest, the new technology was trash.
Yeah, but they give you, sorry. So going back to this 86 bubble, right? So if we're talking about the 86 bubble, yes, they give you a bigger air bubble panel.
Yep.
But do you actually feel the air?
Nope.
No, not at all. It's just as an 86 sort of remodel, right? So what's the point? Just give us a nicer air bubble. Like, I don't...
Something that makes you feel that you're literally... You can feel that bounce at least.
Your whole campaign is brown. I'm not knocking on Nike. Don't cancel me. Don't cancel me, Nike. But I'm saying that
we still support you. We still support you.
The idea of walking on air, walking out of clouds when it's a dead bubble
It's not appealing.
Yeah. Okay. So coming off Air Max Day, what are your top 5 most uncomfortable Air Maxes?
Oh, wow, man.
That you tried on?
Yeah. I've gone through quite a few. So actually, do you want 5 is the worst or number 1 is the worst?
Number 1's the worst.
Okay, number 1.
Number 1's the worst.
Okay. Number 5, I'd say the Air Max 95.
Okay.
So amazing design, cool colorways, but dead ass air. Number 4, Air Max 97.
Right.
For a streamlined shoe to feature full-length Max Air, you could not feel anything. It's literally walking on bricks.
Okay.
Number 3, I would go with the Vapor Max.
Okay.
Yeah, just because it was literally uncomfortable wearing them, because I've got white feet, and walking around with basically ballerina shoes is not ideal for big men. And the fact that it can pop at any time, that was scary.
I think that's a number 1 flaw with that shoe.
Yeah. Number 2 is, of course, the Air Max 90.
I think
Air Max 1.
I think you're 2. So you had your
3. Air Vapor Max 3. Number 2.
No, okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Go.
Number 2 is the Air Max 1.
Air Max 1?
Yeah.
Classic model, but dead as air.
Dead as air. Nothing at all. Just feel rubber. That's it. And the number 1 shoe, which to me personally has just I could never buy the shoe anymore, just because the fit is wrong, just because there's no cushion, and the insole they give you is so flimsy. You're literally you're just wasting money to wear it. Is the Air Max 90.
Air Max 90. Yep. That's a big take.
Yeah,
for
bro.
the most uncomfortable Air Max.
For me.
Really?
I bought that shoe. I actually bought a Nike ID of that shoe from UK in 2011.
Right.
So me and my friend, we customized it. Mine had like a yellow, black, red combination. So
Okay.
something like a Bruce Lee.
Okay.
And I wore that shoe everywhere in London, everywhere. And every day I would come back, my back is aching, my knees are hurting. My God, bro. Like literally, I was so happy when that shoe fell apart.
No.
Because I wanted to see was there actually an air bubble there at all? Because no matter how much I wore it, it just was bricks basically.
Was there an air bubble when it crumbled?
Pretty much. But it was
a dead ass air.
little one, you know.
Okay. That's a hot take list for the Airs 90. A lot of people might come at you for that. But okay, so I think for me, my top 5 most uncomfortable Air Maxes that I've worn. Again, this has nothing to do with the colorway.
Yep.
Nothing to do with the story behind it, because if you ask me about the colorway, I have a whole list of top Air Max colorways. But this is just in terms of comfort, right? So for me, it's the at number 5, it's the Air Max 98. Right? If you've seen the Air Max 98, because I have the Gundam colorway. For those who might not know what each model is, the Air Max 98 with the Gundam colorway, that was hella uncomfortable. I wore it just because it looked cool.
Yeah.
Right? The Gundam color. And it's OG.
They had amazing colorways with that shoe.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Supreme Snakeskin collab sold out.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah. I remember those.
Still got mine.
The snakeskin?
Yeah.
Which one?
I got the sale colorway, I think.
The sale?
Yeah.
Okay. So that was the 98. And then similar to you, it would be the Air Max 97 because I have the silver bullet colorway. Bro. And again, I wear that just for like an hour and I instantly be like, okay, it's time to swap out. Right? They're great colorways. Again, great colorways, but super uncomfortable. Right? And then I have at number 3, the Air Max 95. Right? The Air Max 95, again, I love all the colorways. They recently came up with a Atlanta colorway. I don't know if you've seen. It's like a predominantly black with like a fade, like a color fade, something like a J Balvin color fade.
Okay.
Right? Black with Air Max 95. But again, great colorways, but super uncomfortable. And coming at number 2 is actually the Air Max 1. Right. I love the Air Max 1. Again, initially, I got another story about Air Max 1 actually, but the Air Max 1, great colorways, great history. I love the story behind it. It's just uncomfortable to wear all day. Even the 86 model, right? Even both the OG and the 86 model.
Yep.
And at number 1 is the Vapor Max. Dude, that shoe, I was so hyped when they released it. And when they came out with the story behind it, I was like, wow, it's flying it plus air bubbles. This is
go wrong?
This is the ultimate combo. Yeah. Right? And I remember getting the launch colorway. It was like a red swoosh with platinum, right? That was a launch colorway. I was like, wow, this shoe, it looks so good. And then I put it on feet. And I thought to myself, oh man, this is just so disappointing. Because as much as I tried to purposely squish down the air bubble, I couldn't feel it. And you're not gonna walk every single step, like you're purposely gonna press that bubble in just for the sake of feeling the air, right? So I wore that a couple of times and I thought, nah, this is not it. I love visually looking at it, but it's so uncomfortable. Right.
But again, like I said, the technology to do that is still impressive, but the actual usability, no
way. And you couldn't really drive in those. I remember my friends telling me. I took an IG story once of me wearing it, and someone DM'd me. He was like, "Don't drive in those because the bubble could get stuck in your pedal, and it's so dangerous."
No, another one is, and I've seen this happen. This girl in Pavilion, she was wearing the Vapor Max. She got stuck on the escalator.
No.
Yeah.
In between
so because you know the escalators got those grinds, right? So it literally got stuck there and her feet were almost hitting.
Oh, that's it. That's your shoe gone.
Done.
That's your shoe gone.
I could literally hear the PSI boom.
Oh no.
Yep.
Yeah. So top 5.
Moving on to the top 5 favorite Air Max models.
Okay.
And you know, Nike has come up with some insane collabs, insane designs, but I'm a bit of a purist, so certain things may be subject to me and, you know, just sharing with everybody just to get the conversation going.
Wait, so these are models or colorways?
Models and colorways.
Okay. I see, okay.
So remember I told you the number 1 most uncomfortable shoe was the Air Max 90 for me? This particular one they did is actually, they fixed a few things, which I was quite happy about. So it's actually the Air Max 90, the bacon colorway.
The bacon.
So they actually fixed the foam inside and they actually put a proper insole. So it is wearable. I wouldn't say comfortable, but it's wearable and the materials they use and the colorway, it's all just my favorite hits. You know, a bit of off-white, a bit of salmon, you know.
Bacon, huh?
Yeah. So it's actually incredible story as well, that shoe. I'm sure
Didn't
you
you
know.
sell a pair? Then do you want to sell your bacon?
No way. I'd never sell it. I love it.
Okay.
Yeah. So then coming up actually is the Air Max 97 Silver Bullet.
Yeah.
So that shoe, when it came out in Malaysia in the I think 2000s, early 2000s, could not get a pair, no size available. And it was super duper rare. So coming in 20 years later, I managed to get a pair last year at retail.
The re-release.
Yeah, the re-release.
Right, the retro. Okay.
Yep. So again, uncomfortable pair, but just for the fact that
The story behind
it,
Yeah.
I had to cop.
Okay.
So then number 3, this pair I wore in Coachella.
You
my
were in
entire
Air Max
trip.
at Coachella.
Yep. So number 3, I wore my Air Max 97 Undefeated.
Wow.
White color.
Wow. That's a brave man wearing a white shoe to a festival.
Yeah, I know, bro.
Brave man.
But that shoe, that collab with Undefeated, they came out with 2 colorways, the white and the black. The black, green, red colorways, Gucci vibes all the way. The white one just got me in all the right places. I knew I had to get it. So wore it all over America. Amazing shoe, but uncomfortable. So my number 2 is the Sean Witherspoon's, the Air Max 197.
Gotta be,
Yeah. So we'll talk about that. We'll both share our intake on that in a bit. So my number 1 Air Max of all time is, because I'm a purist, is the Air Max 1 OG. The red one.
and white.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Colorway.
Yep, the colorway.
I think then going to my top 5, I think we have very similar lists because I'm a bit of an OG person as well. I'm like a bit of a purist. But this is because when I was looking at different Air Max models and doing my research, being a new sneakerhead, I was like, wow, there's a story behind this. It's so cool. I love how they story tell the colorways, right? So if you look at my top 5, number 5 is actually the Air Max 98 Gundam. That was one of the first pairs of Air Maxes that I ever got. I was never a true Air Max fan. Like people were just saying Air Max is love, Air Max is life. There's a whole group dedicated to just Air Max 1s. But the Air Max 98 I got because I love Gundam. The anime, growing up as a kid, I love Gundam. And the fact that it's an Air Max 98 Gundam colorway, I was like, wow, this is great. It's red, blue, matches the model in my room. I was like, great. So Air Max 98 Gundam.
It's you know what? It's an amazing. Growing up in Asia, we are exposed to Gundam, so it's an amazing colorway because you grew up. You can connect the two.
Definitely nostalgia there. The Gundam colorway, right? And then again, I think our lists are very similar because my number 4 is also the Silver Bullet, right? Because again, such an OG classic after I think Japanese bullet train.
Right?
Japanese
Shinkansen.
Shinkansen. I was just in Japan, so I should know that. But the Silver Bullet, again, classic, iconic. In my opinion, now doesn't really match my style.
No.
But it's still a nice shoe to look at, even though it's uncomfortable.
So did you know they came up with the Air Max 97 Silver Bullet Golf Edition?
Really?
Yeah, I bought it.
No way.
Yeah, I bought it.
Do you play golf?
I tried during COVID. Just not yet. I haven't hit that yet.
Okay.
But literally, they just swapped the outsole.
Is it the one where you can take out the?
Oh no, it doesn't have that.
Studs.
It's basically a rubber outsole with like studs in the middle.
No way.
Yeah.
You walk around casually? Can you?
You couldn't. It was twice as uncomfortable. Like on the grass, it's okay, but like if you wear it in a mall or not, it's just uncomfortable.
Right. I wouldn't wear a golf shoe either.
No.
Right. So have your Gundam, Silver Bullet. So I know this is contradicting what I say in terms of comfort, but in terms of the colorway, these are my top 5 colorways, right? It's actually an Air Max 95.
Oh, which one?
Yeah, the Air Max 95. There is a sorry, pause. I'm gonna Google it because I forgot the name. It was when I was in the UK, and it was like a painted colorway. Air Max 95.
It's not the Carhartt one, right?
No. It's a rabbit. It's a rabbit themed. Dave White.
Wow, not bad. Huh?
Yeah, and 2 also. So this I love a pop colorway. Okay. So my number 3 for Air Max colorways is the Air Max 95 Dave White. Those who don't know, Dave White is actually an artist, and I remember camping out for this shoe when I was studying in the UK. I was right outside Size on Carnaby.
Yep,
and
yep.
I camped out for a good 10 hours just for this shoe.
Oh, man.
Which wasn't even that limited, but there was a lot of hype around it. The whole campaign, the whole marketing. I think it released in 2 colors as well, but I definitely wanted the white one.
Yep.
It's a sail white Air Max 95 with painted swoosh on the panels. And my one regret is that I didn't double up. Because
but didn't Size have like a policy you could only get one
Correct.
in your size?
All right, so I did get my size, but the regret is I should have just bit the bullet and took and bought another size when I could, because that pair is now crumbled. Dude, it was so long ago. I think it's at least a 4 or 5 year old shoe. It's crumbled now, and I cannot justify paying that resale price for MX95.
No.
Right now, no way. Right.
Not in this current juncture lah.
So then my number 2 is very similar to your bacon story. It's the Air Max 90, but in the OG infrared colorway.
The MX3.
They remastered it.
Yeah, they call it the MX3.
They called it the Air Max 3 for some reason,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, wait, that's an Air Max 90, right? Because again, look, when I was doing research for Air Maxes, I thought the most iconic Air Max models and the iconic Air Max colorways. And this Air Max 90 infrared it just hit everything.
Yep.
History, nostalgia, story. People used to run, like genuinely run in this shoe.
Yeah.
And when they remastered it, you're right, similar to the bacon, like something about that foam and the insole made it cozy, and the materials as well. It was nice, soft, plush, and it just wraps around your foot, cozy, and that colorway.
The regular basic models, right?
Are bricks.
They're bricks, and the thing is the sizing is off for some reason. It was just not wide foot friendly at all.
Yeah. So if you haven't tried a pair of the Air Max 90 or Air Max 3, definitely go try it out. And my number 1 is a Sean Wotherspoon Air Max 1/97, because that to me is such an iconic one collaboration.
Yep.
And again, in an age where at that time where collaborations were not as prominent, or rather, not everything was a collab.
Yep.
This is one of the few pioneering collabs. And when Nike gave him the green light to hybrid a shoe like that to me was insane. And I actually got my pair for retail. I got it here from the JD raffle. Shout out JD. Right, and the pickup was in Pavilion JD.
Yep.
And you will know, because so side story, me and Putera play a lot, but we used to play, me and Putera play basketball together. And at one point, we actually played a couple of tournaments together. The release day in that morning was the same day as our game when we were still playing at IGB.
Oh, wow.
If you remember that.
Yeah.
With Knights.
All the way, inshallah, I remember.
So I knew game was at 2 o'clock. And I thought, no way am I not picking up this raffle win.
Yeah.
Right, so I rushed 10 a.m., picked the shoe up, and drove straight to IGB. The shoe was still in my car. But the reason why it's my top 1, the reason why it's not my number 1 is because, again, I love the colorway. Right, it's just something about the rainbow sort of shade. And the red air bubble.
He actually used one of his inspiration was actually his Volkswagen Beetle. So the color.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he used to drive, because he's an artist and surfer.
Yeah.
So he had a Volkswagen Beetle van, which basically like had different shades, which he kind of used that. That's why you have the yellow, blue, and all that.
Do you still have your pair?
Of course.
Is it beat?
Still okay. I would say 9 out of 10.
Would you double up?
Definitely. If I had an opportunity to get it at a reasonable price, I would still get it. Because you will never get a collab as special as that ever again by Nike.
Yeah. And in fact, now he's with Adidas, right?
Yeah. So literally, if you know the story, right, when he moved, so actually he made that collab with Nike. Then he did one with Asics. I don't know if you remember.
Yes,
the one
I
with
saw
the
it. I saw it.
So I got that one as well because it was interesting and you could mix and match the logos, right?
Yeah.
So it was quite a fun shoe to play around with. Yeah. But the minute he went with Adidas, all his shoes were
bad. Oh, the shade.
Bad.
They throw you a lot of hot takes today, huh?
I try my best, bro. Like, personally speaking, I could see, like, I don't remember. Do you remember he had that superstar?
Yeah, with the lines all around, like a child.
You had to cut off all the lines and everything.
It just looks like a child designed it.
And literally, like, I understand his design language, meaning he wanted people to make it unique, wanted to make each shoe unique. But, as sneakerheads, you're just wearing the shoe. like how often are you going to actually bring out the scissors and cut your pair?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, so
And he was with Adidas for a couple of years, and I don't think any of his pairs had the same hype as the Nike ones or the Asics one. So
there's one pair, I think, the Gazelle, the green Gazelle.
Yeah.
Right.
The hemp one.
The hemp
right?
one.
Yep.
Yeah.
But it's still available, you know, in a lot of sizes I saw.
You can so
It's
it's sold
readily
out,
available.
right?
Yeah.
It's sold out online.
Yep.
But if you wanted to buy a pair and you were willing to pay resale price, it's not that high.
It's not that
comparatively,
high,
right? To the Air Max 197.
Yeah, and
I actually just saw a pair for sale there in my size. Yeah.
You gotta look good, right?
No, but it wasn't DS. If I'm gonna double up, I think
it's
I'll
not
run-
DS?
No, it's not DS. It's worn.
Yeah, then no.
So I think the general rule for me, going back to what we talked about in terms of double ups and triple ups,
Yeah.
that double up or triple up has to be brand new. I
Definitely.
wouldn't buy a worn double up pair.
Just a side story just to share. Last year at Sneakerla, we actually saw a pair of, remember the off-white ones your friends were selling?
Yes.
The blue one?
Yes.
So
yes.
that was that's one pair I've been secretly hunting, not telling him because he'll copy me.
No.
So-
I was encouraging you to buy it. I was like, just buy it, dude.
No, so the price was I think it was about 10,000 ringgit, right?
Yeah.
And, personally speaking, if it was a dead stock, I wouldn't even think twice. But because it was worn and I actually checked the quality and everything, I knew this guy kind of beat it up a bit. So I refused and I kind of took a step back.
The blue
Off-white,
off-white Air Force One.
The MoMAs.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, because he came out with like a couple colors, the blue, green, and yellow, right?
Blue, green, yellow, yeah, and the black one, the original
Yeah,
black
the OG one, yeah.
right? There's apparently a gray one coming too, so definitely need a pair.
Yeah. See, hunting already. Biggest sneaker regret. Oof.
Ooh, I have so many regrets.
I got one, and it's gonna be like a huge one.
Okay, you can start. So all this while we've been sharing our experiences, be it positive or negative. So let me ask you, what is your biggest sneaker regret?
Ooh.
Some hot takes coming today.
Bro.
Is that
really
deep?
had to think
Is
about
that
it.
deep?
It was so deep because there were so many regrets in terms of buying sneakers and the amount of money and time wasted. But there's this one model but this one particular model by Adidas really cut me deep in terms of my wallet and my emotional bearings.
They played you.
They played me
you
big
nicely.
time. And it's the Adidas Yeezy 350s V2s.
Oh,
Bro,
okay,
that shoe,
okay,
man.
I get it. I know where this story, but I'll let you tell it. I know where this is going.
So, again, context, right? Adidas signed Kanye West in 2017. He released his first 350s and 700s and 750s the following years. When he came up with the 350 V2s, right? The low-cut fit, that ankle vibe, the cush, everything on point.
This is Boost as well. Boost Life.
Yeah, Boost Life, bro.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I got played over again and again and again was the fucking number of colorways he released,
Right.
which all had the same earth tones. Oh my god, bro! Like, you have no idea. Back in the day, right? I think you still remember this. Like, every week, every few months, there was a Yeezy release, 350 V2s, right? And it was always a different variation of earth tone colors. And literally, I would camp online, camp at the Adidas in Pavilion or KLCC, and try to get a raffle and everything. And first of all, the shoe is comfortable, but the sizing is horrible. You really got to go one whole size up just to feel the entire comfort of the shoe. And the build, the shoe quality is good, but the amount of colorways that came out that was similar to each other, that was what frustrated me, and that was what burned my wallet so much.
Because you bought every single colorway?
Yes. I literally bought, like, when I look back now and I really look back at all my collection, I had so many 350 V2 colorways which were all similar. Black, green, like earth tone. And one of the most coveted colorways at that point was the zebras.
Oh my gosh.
Bro, the zebras were one of my favorite colorways. But the number of restocks, the number of times they restocked it, right? And it just became so common.
No, wait, okay. Pause there. Are you mad? Taking this zebra example.
Yes.
Are you mad because colorway and restock is one thing, but Did you pay resale for the zebra?
Yes.
Did you pay the first amount of resale for the zebra?
Yes.
And that's why you're mad.
I am so
because
mad.
You just got duped because you just pulled the trigger.
I got played big time.
So you're just mad because you paid a high price.
I know. I'm mad, but what annoyed me after was the fact that he came out with so many colorways, right? And literally they are all the same.
Yeah,
all the same earth tone colorways.
Yeah.
And that just really, really infuriated me. Like I had to look deep in myself and think, how stupid was I to believe in this guy to buy all these different colorways? Because remember, Jordan 1s, similar.
Yes.
All the same technology, everything, but the colorways and the stories are all different. But this guy had no story, had no history. He literally just released it and just come out with all these different colorways.
I think at one point there was like 20 colorways releasing.
Yes.
Right? And how do you expect people to be like, I want all 20? Right?
Exactly.
Okay, I can keep going.
So one of my favorite colorways, which I got at retail, was actually the all white one.
Oh yeah, the statics.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay. No, just the all white.
Oh no, so not static, triple whites.
Yeah, triple whites. So those are my favorite pairs, but one of the hardest to keep clean.
Oh, for sure.
One of the hardest.
You needed double, triple ups.
Oh yeah.
Even 4 pairs. One fresh.
So at one point when I was doing my yearly sneaker, giveaways and everything, I looked and I said, wow, I literally had this amount of pairs of 350 V2s, and I was just thinking to myself, what a fool I was.
You were a fool.
My biggest regret I've ever done in terms of sneakers.
That's what you call hype beast, everybody.
Sorry.
That's what you call a hype beast. This is the great story of a typical hype beast, wearing everything, buying everything, and then being like, what the heck is all this?
What did I do? My wallet.
That's a good one too. I again have a similar one, but let me tell mine. Okay, so in terms of one of my secrets, I have many. As a sneakerhead, you definitely will come to a point in time where you will think to yourself, why did I make this decision, or why did I do this, right? So part of it is the Yeezy 350 V2, but the triple white colorway, right? Because again, a little backstory in terms of how the 350 V2 released. You had your Beluga 2.0. Those were one of the first releases. And then you had the original stripes. You had the red stripe,
the red,
green
blue,
stripe, copper.
3.
And that was the start of the whole 350 V2 hype train trend, right? And then when everybody thought, when they announced the triple white colorway, people were going crazy because this is the peak of Yeezy brand and the peak
Yeezy
of
fandom and all.
And wearing 350 V2s.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh man, this triple white colorway is going to be so hard to cop. So I started looking around for people who were doing pre-orders. Right? At that time, the highest pre-order price, I think, was 4,000 ringgit for one pair. 4,000 ringgit pre-order. And some people were saying, oh, it might go even higher because obviously a triple white colorway that is going to be so popular, everyone's going to want a pair. So they obviously drove the price up. And I paid resale for that triple white Yeezy, which is one of my biggest regrets because I not only bought one, not two, I bought 3 pairs of the triple white 350 V2 for a high resale price. Thinking, my rationale at that time was that I'll buy one and the price will surely increase. And I can sell the other 2 pairs and still be okay. So I bought 3 pairs. After release and restocks, dude, like you can see the pain in my face. The instant regret when the pairs came.
This is why we're here sharing our stories and
just
regrets.
Unfiltered. I happily admit I was a fool.
We both were. We were both played by this man.
I was played by Kanye. And not only that, I have another story that comes with this triple white because it was a pre-order, and at that time, it was one of the first times I ever bought from a pre-order because for those of you who don't know, a pre-order works in a way that you will either pay a deposit or a full amount to a seller to secure your pair before release day. So this guy didn't even have the pair in hand. And you still bought it from him, trusting him to secure your pair and delivering for that price. So this guy, I'll never forget him. I'll call him out right now. Farhan, if you're listening to this, this is you. You caused us so much pain, right? And he was recommended by a friend. And I trusted this friend. I was my first time dealing with this Farhan guy. And the amount of lack of professionalism from this guy was so frustrating. First of all, you took my money already. And second, there was no communication from you at all, even after release day. So I had money sitting with him for 3 pairs that I ordered, but no updates. I have no idea what the shoes were, no idea where he was, no replies, nothing. Literal radio silence to a point where I was so frustrated. I texted the friend who introduced us. I was like, dude, what happened to your boy, man? Like, what's going on? And he had to personally call him and go to his house to figure stuff out. Because what happened was he not only took pre-orders from me, he took it from like a lot of other people. And well, the internet was strong on this one, right? The internet police. They found out where he lived. And they were about to go to his place and bang on the door to find out where the money was or where the pairs were, right? And eventually this guy was like, okay, it made his place. So again, he took the pre-orders, took all the money, but had no way of securing the shoes. And that was one of my first bad experiences with pre-orders. After that day, I was very wary of sellers taking pre-orders.
That's
messed up, right?
Bro, believe me, man. Like, again, back then, like before StockX and everything, it was a wild west. It was.
Yeah. And you never knew whether that pre-order pair was real or fake too. Yeah. Because no one knew about verification. And no one could tell.
Yeah, so I think one of the Yeezys I wanted to get was that all black one with the red stitching. I don't remember. Yeah, the first few pairs.
The bread.
Yeah, the bread. So I tried to get it on eBay because it was cheaper at that time. Got scammed.
You got scammed?
Biggest time scam ever. Literally, the boost was fake as hell. It literally felt like styrofoam foam. And that's when I learned my lesson. Like, if it's too good to be true, it usually is.
I think that's a golden rule as well. Because even right now, I see people being like, I got this for this price and it turns out to be fake. I'm like, dude, in this day and age, if you can't do a legit check or verification, then it's your own fault.
Exactly.
Like, you're asking for help, but it's your own fault. You should have done your due diligence.
No, there's again, on YouTube, there's a big platform of people how to check. And, on Facebook also, there are people willing to help. Again, if you have all this access to help you check and you don't want to do it, then that's on you.
Okay. One thing we talked about last week was the availability of Kobe's or the lack of. I think since then, we've seen the release news that there are at least 4 more Kobe 8 Pro Tour colorways releasing, 1 more or 2 more Kobe 4s.
2 more.
And 2 more Kobe 6s, right? And just last night, I was looking at my sneakers app. They've already loaded it up. The Kobe 4 Philly, the blue one.
Yes.
And the Kobe 6 Italian camo.
Oof.
That one you need to double up, bro.
Oh, definitely, bro.
For
definitely.
Sure. Like, I'm super excited for these releases, which brings us to what I want to say in terms of availability. Do you think that finally we can go back to a time where Kobe's are sitting on shelves already available online?
It's an amazing time, because I still remember not that long ago in 2020, 2021, we were paying ridiculous prices for
The
Kobe
Grinch.
6, Kobe 5 Pro Tours. It was insane, bro. Like, honestly speaking, like I couldn't go out and eat for a while because I paid a lot. Like I bought those 2 Kobe's, right? I got the Kobe 5 Pro Tours, the all white ones, and the Grinches. So I couldn't go out and eat for a while because of those 2 shoes.
No, that's a bit dramatic.
No, bro, legit. Because you have to remember, back then my size is not easy to get. Size 13.
I remember.
So it's an amazing time because it's available, and even if you want to pay a resale, it is not that expensive in comparison to back then. Like, I was so shocked that I think we both got the Kobe 4 all white ones, right? The Mambasita ones, right? So we both got it together, and then I doubled up.
On the triple whites?
Yes.
I doubled up too?
So I doubled up on it thinking that, like an all white pair, how often are we going to get it, right? And I realized that after that, they just slowly ramping up. Kobe 8 all whites. I got double up also. And then now Kobe 8.
Did you get the radiant and green one?
No, I didn't.
The one, the 824 all the way?
No.
Yeah.
First, I already got the all white one, and if I really wanted to make
I'll
it
paint
more...
it myself.
Yes. That's what I'm trying to say. You want to make it more personal.
Yeah.
So even with the Kobe 5 Pro Tros, the first one that came out, the Chaos colorway, I actually wrote a few things on it.
I've seen you wear those,
So, it's more personal and, you make it feel more comfortable with yourself. So in terms of availability, the supply and demand, right? So now the supply is very high and the demand is...
I hope so.
Guaranteed it's very high.
Right.
So the demand is also... It's still there, but ballers, like basketball players, hoopers who use it, appreciate the fact that it's readily available.
Oh, I love it. I
know,
remember,
man.
like I said, one of the other few pairs of Kobe's that I got at retail way back when was, again, the Kobe 7 Concord.
Yep.
I remember I even got the black colorway, I had a white colorway, the red colorway. All these were just in shells, like, oh yeah, can buy, right? And then I got the Kobe 8 Mine Grey when I was in the UK.
Yep.
And then I got those, and then it was such a great feeling. And now I'm really, really looking forward to hopefully getting Kobe's full-size run whenever I want at retail.
Like I said, the best feeling ever for any sneakerhead, true sneakerhead, is you go to the store, pick it up, no problems, no fuss, retail price, done deal. What makes it better? Discount.
Kobe's on sale?
Or
Maybe.
membership discount.
Maybe. Hopefully Nike outlets.
Yep.
To the employee store.
Yeah, so...
Hey Wong.
So I got a funny story about a Nike employee store.
Right.
So we've both been privileged to go to the Nike employee store.
I love it.
Yeah, I love it too.
It's like Toys R
it's a
Us.
must visit for sneakerheads.
Yeah.
So I went there last year with my brother-in-law and younger sister, and for some reason, do you remember they had the Air Jordan 1 Travis Scott Golf?
Yes.
So for some reason, they were raffling it out at the store and giving it up.
Yeah.
So literally, every time we were checking out, there were just people coming out with the shoe.
The raffle.
Yes. And like to me, it was like, I don't know if you've ever seen that movie, Willy Wonka. Where Andy keeps on coming out.
Way.
Right? So the shoe kept on coming out. And I was like, where are these people getting it? I want to enter the raffle too and try, right?
Was it employee raffle? Or?
Yeah, employee raffle. So I only found out there and then. I was like, oh man. But just to see it like there in hand, it's insane.
So just, talking about the Nike employee store, I've had some big come-ups and pairs that I was like, wow, is it an employee store?
Yeah.
That plus the discount that you get, it's great. So shout out Wong, thank you so much for the passes.
Love you, Wong.
We are there literally every time we're in Singapore, we're in the employee store, right? And I remember 2 pairs that I got from the employee store that were like, wow, it's actually here.
Yeah.
One was the Air Jordan 1 85 Panda.
Oh.
The 85 Panda. Because at one point, like there was some resale to it, and it was maybe like 900 to 1,000 ringgit. But the fact that it was at retail plus the employee store discount, bro, that was a big come up.
Bro, like I said, like you never know what you're gonna get when you go there.
Yeah, it's great. It's such a great feeling.
So again, like for me, I love the apparel there because you're paying slightly below retail and everything, and sometimes it's a nice feeling. You can get something there that's not available here. But man, when you get those rare finds,
it's great. And then the other pair was the Air Jordan 1 UNC toe. It was a brand new release.
It's the white one, right? White, light blue.
The black toe with the UNC.
Okay.
Yeah, right. And that was like, wow. I was like, dude, I need this. Even though like I didn't need it, but I wanted it because like it's one of those things that you don't pass up. Like if you're an employee store, you just cop. Like, a few other pairs that were really nice were the Air Jordan 4 Craft.
Yep. I remember.
There's a green one. And the Air Jordan 5 Craft, which is a sale. Really, really nice. And these shoes, like the fact they can get at discount already, you just beat. You don't have that heart pain.
Yep.
You know what I mean? When you buy
your wallet is not hurting so much.
So you can definitely fully enjoy. Because for me, sometimes when I buy a pair, full retail price, and if I don't have a double up, I'm very careful about. That's because I love my shoes so much, right?
Definitely.
I clean it, I'll wear it, I clean again, and it's just one of those things. But the fact that now, if you think you change that mentality where you paid less than retail at a really good discount, it's okay, I can just beat it. That's a mentality.
True.
Yeah. Since we're throwing hot takes, right? Talk about fake sneakers, bro.
Sure, no.
I want to know your thoughts.
What? As in, like, would you wear it? Would I wear it?
Yeah, would you wear reps?
So
as we're wrapping up, since we're on so many hot takes today, let me gather your thoughts on one of the biggest hot takes in the sneaker scene right now.
Yep.
Or of all time, I think. What do you think about rep sneakers?
So, I personally bought a pair, not knowing it was a fake.
Okay.
So, it was a Red Octobers. I got it from, again, eBay. Back then, it was Wild Wild West.
Right.
Got it, repped it. I got called out so fast.
Really?
It was. I remember buying it from the UK. I used it on the. Remember Oxford Street, the High Street?
Yeah.
I got called out so fast.
Someone actually called you out.
I got called out so fast. I took out the shoe and I just put them in the garbage bin. And I went to like a JD Sport and bought slippers and walked back home.
No way.
Bro, believe me, man. I got called out so fast. It was literally like someone sniped me from afar.
Wow, and the fact that he actually came up to you and said, hey,
Yeah, because, British people, they're so outspoken, right?
Wow.
He literally just called me out and I was like,
okay,
yep.
interesting.
Because I remember paying, not to say a premium for it, because I think at that time it was about £180. So I paid about £300 for it. So thinking, okay, this is too good to be true.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
So
My view on this is that I look at it from two different perspectives, right? If you want to buy reps, that's your choice, your decision, your money.
Yep.
Like it doesn't affect me. It shouldn't affect me. I wouldn't care.
Yeah.
You want to wear it and be happy, fine. Because
by all means.
to be honest, I've seen a rep model. Okay, a very good example is the Travis Scott Air Jordan 1.
Here
right?
we go.
Okay. But they've upgraded it.
Yeah.
Right? And they've made it so close to the original.
It's almost impossible
Impossible to tell on feet.
Yep.
So if you're a person that buys reps to actually wear, and if you're a person that wants to buy a rep and wear it and enjoy it, sure. I'm not going to knock on you. That's great. It's your choice, your decision. But I have a problem when people buy reps to resell them as real pairs. That's where I have a problem.
Of course.
Right? Against a rep sneaker product itself, that's on you. If you want to wear it and knowing it's a rep, and when people ask you, you tell them it's a rep and open about it, fine.
Yeah.
But don't buy a rep and then sell it as real. I've seen so many people do that, and then they blame I didn't know card, or it looks so real to the original, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Or even if you do a legit check, it was so close to a real pair that I didn't know. Sorry, I sold it to you.
Yeah, but again, right? It's unethical. One, and number two, people just looking to make a quick buck.
Yeah, no, that's why I don't agree on.
Yeah,
but
that's why I said resellers, pure resellers, are a different breed, bro.
Yeah.
They just care the bottom line.
Yeah.
They don't care your feelings are hurt, this is hurt, your rep is hurt. Don't matter, bro. They just care about the bottom line.
I think that's something we can talk about next week. Resellers. Resellers and bots. Ooh. So stay tuned for that next week.
You know it.
Yeah. So that takes us to the end of this episode. If you like what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe, follow, and all that good stuff down below. Comment down below what your favorite or least favorite Air Max 1 model is. Until next time,
keep it fresh, guys.